and in front of the monument stood a boy. He had his back to them, and he was so interested in what he was doing that he didn't hear them coming. The new boy and his little black dog came a little closer and then stopped. The other boy was talking to someone. "Alberto," he said sharply, "that's not the way to do it." The boy who had just come to town wondered who Alberto could be. He couldn't see anyone else beside the boy who was talking. Alberto is standing on the other side of the monument, of course, where he can't be seen, the new boy thought to himself. He must be pretty small. "Alberto," said the other boy once more. "Up! Up on your hind legs!" "Oh," thought the new boy, "it's a dog. No wonder I couldn't see him." "There, that's better," said the other boy, snapping his fingers. "That's right, walk. Now you've got it. Down now, Alberto, and do the headstand. Up in your hands now. Up, that's right. Now take a step. That's right, Alberto, you're doing fine. Walk toward me. That's it, that's the way. Good for you." The new boy was burning with curiosity. A dog walking on its front paws? Why, you would never see a dog like that outside of a circus. He certainly must see that dog, or he would burst. He took a fresh grip on Champ's leash, just in case the other dog might not be friendly, and stepped up on the grass. The other boy heard him now and turned around. He was about the same age as the first boy, but he was taller and thinner. He was so tall and thin that he looked willowy. But he wasn't sick-looking. His face was tanned as brown as a berry, and he stepped forward as though he was moving on springs. "Hello," he said quickly, even before the new boy could speak. "I never heard you coming. Gee, you don't make any more noise than an Indian. Say, you're new around here, aren't you? What's your name? Is that your dog? Scotty, isn't he? Say, he's a dandy. What's his name? Gee, I wish I had a dog like that. You don't live here in Stony Harbor, do you? Been here long? Where you come from? Like it here? What'd you say your name was? My name's Billy Reckless. Want to fight?" He laughed when he said it, and he had been grinning all the time while the words came tumbling out of him, so the new boy laughed too. "No," he said, "but gee, I'd like to see your dog." The thin boy laughed again. "You mean Alberto?" he asked. "Sure, I'll show him to you sometime. What's your name?" "Juna," said the new boy. "Juna? How do you spell it?" asked the thin boy. The new boy told him. "Gee, that's a funny one," said the thin boy. "First time I ever heard that name. Where do you live?" "Well, I live at Miss Annie Ellery's house in a place called Edenboro," said Juna. "But it's an awful long way from here. I just got here today. I'm going to stay here at Mrs. Tubbs's house. All summer, I guess. Say, let's see your dog." Billy Reckless paid no attention to the question. "Mrs. Tubbs," he repeated. "You mean Aunt Patty? How did you happen to come here?" "Oh, is she your aunt?" asked Juna. "Oh, no," said Billy. "Everybody calls her Aunt Patty, that's all. Didn't you know that?" "How could I?" retorted Juna. "I just got here today, I tell you. Miss Ellery wrote to her and asked her if I could stay with her, because Miss Ellery used to know her, so she said yes. Say, listen, call Alberto, won't you?" "Me? Call Alberto?" said the thin boy, looking at Juna thoughtfully. "I don't know whether I'd better call him or not. How do I know your dog wouldn't chew him up?" Juna laughed. "Oh, don't you worry about that," he said. "Champ never starts a fight. He's very friendly." Champ wagged his tail, as he always did whenever he heard his name spoken. "And besides," added Juna, seeing that the thin boy still hesitated, "I've got him on the leash. He can't get away. Go on, call Alberto." Billy Reckless's thin brown face lit up with a smile. "Say," he exclaimed, "you really like dogs, don't you? All right, then. I'll tell you about Alberto. I'll tell you how I happened to get him. Come on, let's sit down over here in the shade, and I'll tell you the whole thing, cross my heart." He led the way and sat down on the low stone coping that surrounded the little square. Juna followed, but he was puzzled. "I don't mind waiting," he said, "but look here, supposing your dog runs off while we're talking, and I haven't even seen him yet." Billy laughed. "Don't worry," he said, "he won't run off. He can't." Juna sat down, unconvinced, and still keeping his eyes on the low stone monument. Alberto remained out of sight behind it, not making a sound. "Why can't he run away?" Juna demanded. "Is he tied there?" "No, I don't see how he could be, not while he was doing all those tricks. Hurry up, won't you?
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.